Hello all, I'm Sai and in today's video I'm bringing to you my first ever tier ranking. I've been on YouTube for over 3.5 years now and I've not done even one tier ranking video. I don't know why. So finally I wanted to start making this kind of videos, and the first one that I'm doing inside this list is the tier ranking for the Shadowhunter Chronicles characters. I remember I have watched plenty of people doing this tier ranking and I've enjoyed watching each and every one of them. The last time I watched a video under this category was more than a year back, so I don't remember almost most of the characters that were present inside the list. But when I saw the tier ranking list, I can see that there are over 100 characters. So this is going to take a little bit of time, and I'll also keep it completely spoiler free so that if you're a person who's not read the series, you'll not get spoiled for it. So I'll share my screen with you guys and I'll show all the tiers that are present here, and let's just straight away dive into dropping the characters inside the various tiers. I'm using a template that was already available on the internet and I've not made it on my own, and I will link it down in the description so that you can also go forward and try the tier list if you're interested. So that's it for the intro. Let's straight away dive into the ranking. So I hope you can see my screen here, guys. I'm not able to see myself even though you can see me at the bottom of the screen. So we have a total of 8 tiers here, the top one being God or Goddess. Next we have Amazing, Great, Cool, Okay, GTFO, which I suppose is Get the F Out, and Don't Know Much About to Decide. So those are all the 8 tiers, and we have so many characters. You can see, right, there are nearly over 100 characters here, and you can see that even though the pictures are very small, they cover the entire screen. So this is going to take a bit of time for me to do. Let's straight away dive into it. And I'm not able to see all the names of the characters perfectly because they're very small in the font size. So I have my phone here, which also has the tier list. So if I'm not able to see the names of any of the characters properly, I will be picking up my phone and I'll be using my phone to check out the characters' names. So the first one is Alistair Custis, of all people. I don't know why the list has to start with Alistair. I think it is also organized alphabetically, and that must be the reason why he's at the first place. So Alistair Custis actually goes into okay for me. Okay, it's not like I like him or I dislike him. It's just like he's a character who is okay, but he did not have that much of an impact in me. So yeah, he's fine. Next we have Alec Lightfoot. I love all the OG characters from the Mortal Instruments, okay? But I'm going to put Alec in Amazing, not God or Goddess, because for some reason, I don't know why, Alec, Clary, and Jace did not resonate with me as much as Simon, Isabel, and Magnus did from the original series, which is Mortal Instruments. I know that there are like so many tons and tons of people who are hardcore fans of Alec, and if I'm not wrong, he's also Cassie's most well-written character, and he has a great arc. Despite all those things, this is my personal preference, so Alec goes into the Amazing tier for me. Next, we have Aline Penhallow, who's also a character who does not come to that much of an extent in both the Mortal Instruments as well as the Dark Artifices, but I can say that every scene that she comes in, she is fine. She's not like a character who changes that much of anything when we see the bigger picture for the series, but she is fine, so I'm going to drop her in Cool. She's not as worse as Alistair, so I'm sorry. She goes into Cool. Next we have Anna Lightwood. Anna Lightwood is like super good, okay, but I'm not going to drop her in Cool because she's kind of a character who is defining for the time period in which she is depicted as a woman who likes women. At the same time, as a person itself, she's like so flamboyant, and I can see myself being a huge fanboy for Anna, so I'm going to drop Anna in Great. Anna Lightwood goes to Great. Then we have Ariadne Bridgestock. I don't know where to drop her, but I think I'll go with okay because just like Alistair, I don't think Ariadne had that much of an impact in me. She was just like a very side character who did not add much to the experience of the story for me. So I'm going to drop Ariadne in okay. Next we have Arthur Blackthorn, who is kind of a driving character for the Dark Artificers, but I don't think he does anything that great. Okay, so I'm going to drop him in U because I did not expect this character to pop up in this list, but since he came here, I don't think he's that much of a good character, nice character, so I'm just going to drop in him in U. Next we have Ash. Okay, Ash is one character whom we don't have that much information about, so okay, I'm not able to decide where to drop him in because we basically know nothing about him, but there are certain things which are super intriguing about him. I'm not going to talk about who Ash is and where he occurs inside the series, but he's one character who's super intriguing, and I think he's going to change the landscape in which the Shadowhunter world is going to progress on in the Wicked Powers. So I'm going to drop him and don't know much about to decide because we don't have much information about him, so I can't decide. Even for the series or the parts of the story where he comes in, he has like a very small page time or screen time. So next we have Beatrice Mendoza. Okay, Beatrice is also a character who's fine, and I can say that just like some of the Blackthorn siblings and so, she was essential for the story. She made the story a bit more cool and fun to read. but I cannot say that she had that much of an impact in me, so I'm going to drop her in cool. Okay, she's not a character who stuck with me that much also, because until I saw her name in the list, I did not remember that she existed inside the series also, even though she's a nice character, so I'm just dropping her in cool. Next we have Benedict Lightfoot. Okay, I'm just going to drop him in GTFO. Okay, he's not one character who's necessary for the story, he just made things worse for people, so yeah, don't need him. Don't need him at all. Next, we have Cameron Ashdown, who's also another character that I don't remember much about, but I can say that I at least remember Beatrice a lot more compared to Cameron, so I'm going to drop him in okay because he was not bad, he was fine, but he did not stick with me until the end in my brain, so I'm just going to drop him there. Then we have Camille. Okay, we have a downworlder, a clear downworlder finally inside the story, and I think Camille is great. Okay, I'll explain you why. Okay, I don't think if not for Camille, there's a certain epic relationship inside Immortal Instruments which would have progressed to such a great extent and got all the muscle that it has right now. And she's also a very interesting character. She's like outright evil, but there are also some streaks of goodness in her which change the story and make it a bit more interesting. And I don't think she was portrayed as good inside the Shadowhunter show. Then we have Katrina Loss. Okay, Katrina Loss is also a great character, so I'm just going to drop her in great because she's one character who's very unappreciated, underappreciated, and I don't think fans make a big deal of her because she's not talked about much. But without her, there are so many characters who could not exist right now in the timeline, and I think Katrina Loss is so much important for that. And every scene that she has with Magnus as a friend and some pieces of different series that she comes and stays as a part of are very memorable for me. So I'm just dropping Katrina Lawson great, especially because she's super underappreciated. Next we have Cecily Herndale, again another character whom I like a lot because I like Isabel Lightwood so much, and Cecily is basically just another version of Isabel, but in an older time period and in also a much more conventional time period. And I think she's one character who made the series a bit more fluid for me when it comes to the infernal devices. And though she comes for just a short period of time inside the series, I think she had a great impact on me. So I'm dropping Cecily Herndale at great. Next we have Celine Montclair, who's also a character that's fine. So I'm going to drop her in okay. Again, another character whom I don't remember much about, but I can remember inside the story. Okay, only after seeing her name popping inside the list, so she goes into okay. I don't have much to talk about her also, that's why I'm just dropping it as such. Then we have Church. Okay, should I even answer? Okay, and I'm going to drop him here in God of Goddess because dogs and cats, both of them deserve to be gods and goddesses. And next we have Charles Fairchild. Should I even say something, guys? Okay, get the F out. I don't want to talk much about him because I want to keep this video positive and happy, so I'm just dropping him right away there. Then we have Charlotte Fairchild, who's also an amazing character. Again, a person I think does not receive as much appreciation as she deserves. So Charlotte Fairchild goes into great. Okay, she is not. I forgot about the amazing tier, so sorry. I'm just going to switch it a little bit now. Katrina goes into amazing. Cecily can be in great, and Charlotte also can go to amazing. Charlotte is a great character. Okay, for the age that she is written in inside the series, it was like bonkers to me. Okay, when her age was revealed, and I was not able to believe it. Okay, it was that good. Next, we have Christopher Lightwood, whom I also think is a very underappreciated character. So he's not going into great, but he is going into amazing. Okay, definitely not god or goddess tier for me, but Christopher Lightwood is definitely underappreciated, just as Charlotte and Katrina are. I'm not going to put any of them before Alec because Alec is really, really good. Okay, so Alex stays first, and following him, these three people, especially Kit. Next, we have Church. Okay, I'm sorry, that was Cham and Meow, the first cat. The next one is Church, who's probably the most important cat, okay, inside the series. I'm not going to talk much more about him because, just as I said before, cats, dogs, and any other animal deserves to get it to God or Goddess. Next, we have like our centerpiece for the entire Shadowhunter Chronicles, and one character many people either love so much or hate so much, and I am like kind of in the middle ground for her, and she is Clary Fairchild. Clary is amazing. Okay, I'm going to drop her after Alec in amazing. Okay, I know that she's a favorite for many people, but Clary is not that much of a favorite for me because I like her more as an adult, that is, especially inside the Dark Artificers, rather than I liked her inside the Mortal Instruments, which is her own series. But even with that, we can see that after reading all the books, Clary is kind of the center of this universe because Cassie has written her in such a way, and the growth that Clary has is also really, really nice. So Clary definitely deserves to be in the amazing tier. Next, we have another really sweet, sweet character. Okay, she is Cordelia Cass. I'm just dropping her here so that I can bump her up to amazing again. So I'm a bit confused. Okay, I'll drop her an amazing because there's one thing that she does in the ending of The Last Stars, which I was not a huge fan of. So Cordelia goes to amazing. If she had done what I expected her to do, definitely goddess. Okay, but it's a choice, so I can't judge. Still, okay, because of that, she's not a goddess tier character for me. She is just an amazing character. Next, we have Christina. Christina is amazing. Okay, this is going to annoy a few people because I know Christina is not talked about that much, but I am going to drop her in the goddess tier because I think Cassie Clare has written very few characters inside her series who are completely good or completely bad, and Christina is definitely one character who is 100% good. Okay, she does not do anything bad at all. She is very kind to people. She is very loving, caring, and the way she looks over Emma and the Blackthorns is just so beautiful. So she deserves to be the goddess tier. The first human to get inside the god or goddess tier is Christina Rosales, and I'm very happy that she was the first character to get in there. But it's going to shift, okay, because there is one character whom I know is going to stand out top of all the other characters inside this entire list. Next, we have the Dark Sisters. Get the F out, okay? No one cares about them. No one wants them. Next, we have Alexei, who goes into EU. Okay, I don't want to talk anything negative. I have a few characters who I want to rant about, so I'm going to save my ranting and negativity for them. So yeah, Alexei just goes into EU. Next, we have Diana Rayburn, who's again another one of my super favorite characters from the Dark Artificers, and her romance with the other main character inside the series is just so beautiful. Okay, I like that pair very much. So Diana goes into the amazing tier. I'll say after Katrina and before Charlotte, because there's a mystery that is there when uncovering the character of Diana, and the way in which Cassie executed it was very beautiful, and the way in which Diana carries herself is super cool. So I'm just going to drop her in amazing. Next we have Diego, and Diego is going into the cool tier. Okay, I think he's fine. So yeah, I'll drop him before Beatrice. I think Diego's cool, so he deserves to be in the cool tier. And I'm sorry guys, I'm going to switch Beatrice into the don't know much about her side here because I remember Diego much more vividly compared to Beatrice, and I think I just put her in cool because I did not have that much recollection of her, so she goes into don't know much to decide, and Diego definitely goes into the cool tier because I remember him vividly from the series. Next we have Divya Joshi, who's another side character. She was fun, she's nice, she was a good character, so I'll say okay. I'm not going to say cool, but she was fine. She was okay. Then we have Drew. Okay, Drew is another character who is super underappreciated. Okay, and I'm waiting to see how Drew is going to be portrayed in the Wicked Powers because she is an amazing character. I'm not going to put her in goddess, no. But Drew is definitely in the amazing tier, and I can say Drew is before Charlotte and after Diana. Yeah, that's right. Next we have Edmund Herondale, whom also I'm going to drop and don't know much to decide. Okay, because I know there are many backstories for him. I don't remember much about him, so he's going into the don't know much about decide tier. Then we have Emma Carstairs, who's definitely one of the most popular characters inside the Shadowhunter Chronicles as a whole, and I'm going to drop Emma in cool. Okay, I'm not going to drop her in great or amazing because she feels more like a typical YA character compared to all of the other YA characters or main YA characters written by Cassie inside the series. I know that she has so much going on in her life for the age that she is in. Still, she did not resonate that much with me as a character, so I'm just going to drop Emma in cool. I'm not able to see the names of the other next card inside the tier list, so I'm just going to pick it up from here, which says Eric, Kirk, and Matt. I don't even remember who those guys are. So yeah, don't know much about this side. Next we have Eugenia Lovegood. Okay, I think Eugenia Lovegood is also okay. She is not someone whom I remember much about, but since she is from a later series inside the entire Shadowhunter Chronicles, I do remember her pretty clearly compared to some of the characters whom I've read from the previous other series. So she goes into the okay tier. I don't remember her much to say whether she's cool or great or anything, but I do remember her, so she goes into okay. Then we have Gabriel Lightfoot, who's also cool. Okay, I'll not say that Gabriel is great, but the way in which she progresses inside the Infernal Devices itself and then makes his character progression a bit more inside the Dark Artificers. Sorry, The Last Stars was a bit much fun for me to read and it was a bit well developed compared to some of the other characters. So Gabriel Lightfoot does go into cool. Next we have George Lovelace. Okay, I'm not able to do this in a very normal way. Okay, George Lovelace is amazing. Okay, he's like a pudding. Okay, he's such a sweet person, and I'm so glad that one of the other characters inside the series got George Lovelace to be his friend. So yeah, it's very difficult to keep the spoiler free. Okay. Next we have Gideon Lightfoot, who's also okay. Okay, he faces a lot of issues for sure, especially inside the last stars. But I do like how he turned out to be and how he handled himself and the situation he was put in. So he's fine. The next one is going to set off a lot of people because I know people are not a fan of her, and she is Grace Blackthorn. And I'll do one thing. Okay, I'm going to annoy people. I know that, but I'm going to do this. Grace Blackthorn goes into the amazing tier. Again, I can say after Katrina, but before Diana, because I think Grace is one of the most misunderstood characters inside the series. I like Grace a lot. Okay, I know that she does a lot of bad things, okay, that she must not have done. But I think she's a great character, and it's nice to understand a person from a different point of view. And I think I have understood Grace's character from a different point of view because we are able to clearly see the place from which she comes from, and the way in which she handles stuff is the way in which she knows to handle them. So even if it annoys people, I'm sure Grace Blackthorn goes into the amazing tier. Even if it annoys people, I know that Grace Blackthorn deserves to be in the amazing tier. Next we have Gwen, and I'm going to drop Gwen in. Okay, again, another character who's fine, but I don't think about or remember much about. But I know that Gwen is a nice guy, so he goes into okay. Next we have Helen Blackthorn, who is also nice. Okay, yeah, Helen Blackthorn is cool, so I'm just going to leave her there, and I'm not going to disturb it. It's fine. Okay, I think Helen is nice. I'll not say that she's a great character because again, we don't have much time to spend with her, both Aline as well as Helen. So I'm just going to keep them both in cool, and I think they are nice. Okay, so they can just see there. Then we have Henry Branwell, who's also kind of a nice character. Okay, so I'm going to drop him in okay. He's a very cool character, but again, we don't get to know a lot more about him because of the position that he is shown in inside the series. But I should say that he's one character whom I'd like to know more about. I don't think we'll be getting any much information about him anymore. Even then, I wish we did, so he's going to the OK tier. Next, we have Hodge Stockfeather. Okay, I'm going to drop him in U. Okay, can't be accepted no matter what he explains, so U. Next, we have Hypatia Vex. Okay, who's a warlock character, and I think she's cool. Okay, I think basically all the warlocks inside the Shadowhunter Chronicles are like the coolest people. So I'm going to drop Hypatia in cool because she does set off certain things inside the last stars, which I did enjoy reading in a wholesome way. Next we have Imogen Herondale, who's also not one character that we know much about. Okay, we are given some information about her inside one series, but it's not like we get everything. We get to know everything about her. So Imogen Herondale goes into don't know much about her. Next we have an amazing character, and I'm so glad she's going to be the second person to enter inside the goddess tier, and it is Isabel Lightfoot. Okay, she is my most favorite. One of my most favorites to be more specific. And I'm sorry, Chaman Meow in church, but Izzy goes before you guys. There are still a ton of characters to get through, guys. I'm not going to talk much more detail as we proceed on with the other characters because I'm sure I have filmed for at least like 20 or 30 minutes by now. I'm not sure though. Next, we have Jace Wayland, who is again another character who has a ton of fans. Okay, I know many people love Jace. I do like him, but not in the earlier books. Okay, I do like Jace, but not that much. So, I'm going to drop Jace and amazing again, but I know he's a favorite for many people, but he's not that much for me, so I'm just dropping him there. Next we have Jaime or Jamie, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's also one character who's fine. Okay, so I'm going to drop him in cool. Want to see more about him in the future books. Then we have James Herondale. Okay, James Herondale, he is fine. Okay, I think he's okay. He's okay, not much more than that. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, for the whole family of the Herondales, I don't think they are that great, except for Cecily Herondale. I don't know why. Okay, I did not like most of the Herondales that much. So James just goes into the okay tier. Then we have Jem Carstairs. Okay, who is again sweetheart. Okay, he is amazing. He's very pure. He's really nice, more than anything. So Jem Carstairs definitely goes into the God tier. Okay, I'm going to drop him after Isabel, but before the cats. So Shem goes to the God tier. Next, we have Jessamine Lovelace, who's also another character I think is super underappreciated. Okay, because of all the things that she does. So she's not amazing, but I'll drop her in great. Okay, because she does a lot of amazing things. Next, we have Jesse Blackthorn, who's also another character I think is okay. I did not like the way in which his arc proceeded in the last book that he was in, but he's okay. Okay, I'll not blame him for it, but he's just a character who's okay according to me, not that great or anything. Giap and Halo, I don't think another character that plays that much role inside the series as a whole, just there. So don't know much about the side. And now we have an interesting character who is Jocelyn Frey. Okay, where will I put Jocelyn at? Because she's like a clear Slytherin. Okay, you cannot decide whether she's good or bad or grey even. So okay, I'll drop Jocelyn at grey because there are certain decisions that she took which changed the entire world for the Shadowhunter Chronicles, and I think she deserves to be great, at least for that reason. Next we have Johnny Rook, who's another character that I don't know much about besides, so he's going there. I know he's an important part for the story, but not much information about him, so he goes here. Next we have Jonathan Morgenstern, who is the amazing character. Okay, I'm not able to tell much about him, but Jonathan Morgenstern is great. Okay, he's definitely a great character. Good or bad doesn't matter. He's great though. Next we have the true Jonathan Morgenstern, who is again another character I think is great. Okay, I'm not saying good. I'm not saying the best. I'm just saying great. Okay, if not for these characters, I don't think the series would be as huge as it is right now. Then we have Jonathan Shadowhunter, who's another character that I don't know much about, so I'm going to drop him. I don't know much about design. Then we have Jordan Kyle. Okay, Jordan is nice. Okay, he has kind of a tragic story as a whole. I'm not saying like the ending or the beginning or anything like that. His entire story is kind of tragic. So Jordan Kyle goes into the cool tier because he's a nice person, he's a nice character. Next we have Julian Blackthorn. Okay, this is going to upset a lot of people again because I don't like Julian. Okay, for some reason he feels like very villainous to me compared to anything else. So I'm going to drop Julian Blackthorn and get the F out. Okay, I'm sorry. I know that I'm annoying a lot of people, but it needs to happen because I don't like Julian Blackthorn. Then we have Kieran. Kieran is okay, I'll say. He's not great, he's not bad either, but he's fine. Okay, he's fine for how he's written, so Kieran goes into okay. Next we have Kit, who's another character that is really good. Okay, I think Kit is one of the characters inside one family that I like a lot, from which I don't like most people. So Kit goes into cool. Next we have Lady Midnight, and I'm going to drop Lady Midnight also at okay, not much but fine. So Lady Midnight goes into okay. These are like code names for people who have read the series alone. So if you have not read it, please don't keep on thinking because it does not get revealed until like so many books inside the series. Next we have Lily, who's a vampire, and I think she's a cool character. Okay, she's going to play a very huge role, I think, when it comes to the wicked powers. So waiting for it. Next we have Lynette Rendell, who's another character that I don't know much about. So goes there. Then we have Livia Blackthorn. Okay, she is definitely Livia Blackthorn is an amazing character. I think many people who have read the series will understand why I'm saying so because she's just amazing. Okay. Next we have Lucy Hendale, who's also okay. I don't like or dislike Lucy, but she's fine. She's made like super sweet by Cassie, which is kind of annoying at times, but she's okay again. Then we have Luke Garvey, who is a really, really good character. Okay. I'm going to drop Luke Garvey and place, which is great. Okay, he's definitely a great character, and I'm really glad that we saw him in certain scenes, in certain ways, helping certain people. And I think, again, if not for Luke, the series would not be happening. Next, I don't know why there are 3 cards for one character, but I'm not complaining, okay? I just want even all the 100 cards to be for this one character, and it is my darling, Magnus Bane, okay? I'm sure that Magnus Bane is a darling for so many other people out there too. I want just like a series, an entire series which has Magnus Bane alone as the main character. I don't think Cassie does write him that well as a main character though, but he is amazing, okay? He's my most favorite of all the Shadowhunter Chronicles characters, so Magnus Bane goes there, okay? And there are 3 photos of him, all of which look good. So I'm just going to drop all of them. I've talked about him many times, okay? He is my most favorite character from the series and he deserves all the first 3 places inside the first tier. Next we have Maya Roberts, who is also a cool character. I'll say that she's cool. She's not as great as amazing, but for what she goes through, I think she's super cool. So yeah. Then again we have another Warlock's photo 2 times, and that is Malcolm Fade. I don't know why. I'll say Malcolm Fade is okay. Why are there so many characters who are just okay? The series is really good, but I don't know why I say so many characters are just okay. I think it's basically because there are like almost all the characters inside the series as cards here. If not, I don't think the okay tier would be that huge. Next we have Manuel. Manuel is also nice, so I'm going to drop him in cool, not okay. So yeah, Manuel goes into the nice tier. Next we have Mark Blackthorn. Okay, again one character. Why even write someone like that? Mark Blackthorn goes somewhere over here, and I'm going to drop him at great. Okay, not amazing, but great. Next we have Mary's Lightwood, who's also fine. I'm going to drop her in cool though because she is a really fine character. Mary's Lightwood goes to the cool tier. Next we have Matthew Fairchild. Okay, Matthew Fairchild definitely goes into one of the top tiers. Okay, and I drop him here, and I'm going to put him at the topmost tier, which is God or Goddess. And I'll drop him again before the cats, but after Gemcasters, because Matthew Fairchild is really good, and I think again he did not get the ending that he deserves. Next we have Maureen, who's another character I cannot decide much about, so there. Next we have Max Lightwood Bane, And I think I spoiled a little bit because of that name. They gave the name as such, okay? I did not do it intentionally. I just read it out loud. So this character, Max, goes into the amazing tier, okay? Max is a kid, and I think he has done really well there. So Max goes to amazing. Next we have Max Lightwood, not Lightwood Bane, just Max Lightwood. And he's also another character who's super sweet, okay? But I'll drop him in okay because, you know, not much of time to know more about him. But I know that I can decide what kind of character he is, so he goes into okay. Next we have Melion, who's also another character I'll say is someone that I cannot decide much about because I don't know much about him. Next we have Michael Wayland, who is, it's a bit confusing, okay? It's a bit confusing. I don't know why. It's not like I can't decide, I'm just a bit confused of where to drop him. So many of the characters here just made me feel like super awkward pain, and so because of that I'm dropping him in cool. It's not a good thing to say, but I think he's a cool character. Next we have Axel Mortmain. Okay, again I'm going to annoy people, but Axel Mortmain goes into the great tier. Not easy to keep up the persona that he has inside the series that he comes in. But many people don't like him for it, but I do. The next two characters I don't even remember who they are. Neen, so definitely goes into don't know much about the side. Olan, I don't remember him, so he also goes into the same tier. Next we have Octavian Blackthorn, who is also um, 1 minute, I'll drop him in okay. I don't know why all the kids are just okay here. They must be fleshed out a bit better, I think. Next, we have Oliver Hayward, who's also another character I think is okay. Next, we have Oscar Wilde. That is Matthew's golden retriever. And I said before, cats and dogs definitely go straight away to the top tier. And I like dogs more than cats. So before Chaman Meow and Church, there goes Oscar Wilde. Next, we have this horse Pickles. I don't remember the horse that much. I do remember. Again, an animal, right? So I'm going to drop it in the God of Goddess tier, but after Christina. Next, we have Raphael Lightfoot Bane, who's another name that spoils a little bit of the series, but I'm just going to go with it because he's nice. But I think Raphael is a cool character, okay? The way he deals with stuff is very astonishing to see. Then we have Ragnarfell, who's again another character who's super cool, okay? I want to see more of the series handling Ragnarfell properly, so he goes into the cool tier. Next, we have Rafael Santiago, who's another character that is super great. Okay, I'm just dropping him here so that I can push him up there. So, Rafael Santiago goes into the great tier. I don't want to explain anything because of the non-spoiler warning, non-spoiling thing going on, but Rafael is great. Is a great character. Okay, you need to read and you'll love. Next, we have Ryan. I think is another character who's okay, not much, but okay. So yeah, I'm just going to drop him at okay. Next we have Raziel. I'm going to drop Raziel and don't know much about it because we just get Raziel and like glimpses here and there, so I can't decide anything about Raziel. Robert Lightfoot, I'll say as a character who is here he is. I'm going to drop him in U. I don't like him so. Next we have the Sealy Queen, another great character. Okay, I'm going to drop the Sealy Queen in God/Goddess. Okay, but at last after all the other characters. But trust me, she is one of the best characters inside the series. I'm so glad that she is a part of the series, and Cassie is writing her so well. Next, we have another sweet character. Basically, the sweetest of all the characters inside the entire Shadowhunter Chronicles, and it is Simon Lewis. Okay, and Simon Lewis is going to the god tier, like straight away, and that's one thing which I want to tell. Okay, and he is like one of the characters who's so close to my heart. So Simon Lewis go before Izzy Lightfoot and after Magnus. Okay, that's the order in which I like all the three of them. Magnus first, Simon next, and then Isabel. So we have Sona Carstairs. Again, I'm going to drop her and don't know much about the side because we don't get that much information about her, but she's there. We have Sophie Collins, who is amazing. Okay, so straight away, Sophie is going to be amazing. Next, we have Stephen Herondale. Again, another character I'm not sure how to decide, so I'm going to drop him here. Then we have Tatiana Blackthorn. Okay, she's so bad, so no. Tatiana Blackthorn, I can't even empathize with her. Okay, she's that horrible character for me. Next we have Tessa Gray. Okay, Tessa Gray is again another character who deserves to go to the topmost tier, which is Goddess. Okay, I like Tessa Gray so much. And after Gem though, so she goes there after Gem, but before Matthew. Yeah, she can be before Matthew, but after Gem for sure. Next we have Tobias Herondale, who's another character that is nice. Okay, he's written well. His story is very emotional to read, so he goes there at okay. So we have Tobias Blackthorn, who's also another character I'll say is okay, not someone that I remember much about, but I can remember that he was there inside the story, so he goes at okay. I'm sorry, I was saying Tobias Blackthorn, it is actually Tiberius Blackthorn, sorry guys. Next we have Valentine Morgenstern. Okay, I'm going to drop Valentine Morgenstern at decide whether between amazing and great. So yeah, I'll go with amazing because again, if not for Valentine Morgenstern, I don't think the series would have gotten that much interesting. So he definitely deserves the amazing tier. Next, we have Will Herondale. I know again I'm going to piss off a lot of people, but I don't like Will Herondale. I'm sorry to say this. So he goes into the EU tier. Okay, I cannot believe that I'm putting him with Tatiana Blackthorne, but for me, I don't like him that much, so he goes there. Let's just move Tatiana Blackthorne to the first place because she is the worst of all as of now. Next, we have another Will Herondale. I don't know why, so I'll just drop him in you again. I'm sorry for doing this, okay, but I don't like. Next, we have Wesley Scott, who's another character I remember but don't know that much about, so I can't decide. Next, we have Brother Zachariah. Okay, if you read the series, you know who Brother Zachariah is, and he's again another character who makes me feel so emotional. Okay, he makes me feel sad. He makes me want to cry. So I'm going to drop Brother Zachariah after Tessa Gray, but before Matthew Hatchild. And we've come to the last three characters inside the list, guys, of whom the first one is Zara Dearborn. Okay, should I even say something? Okay, I want her to die. I want Zara Dearborn to die. If you read the series, you will also want her to. She is like the US of all, and I don't know who this character is, guys, because I'm not able to see the name, so I'm just going to drop him at don't know much about to decide. And at last we have Nathaniel Gray, who is again another character. Not good man, not cool, not good. So I'm going to drop him at U again. So at last, this is my tier ranking list, guys. Okay, I know that it is kind of messed up because of so many characters right here, but I think I'm happy with how it turned out because I don't have any second thoughts. I'm very happy with how I've placed all the characters here, and I hope you did enjoy watching this video. And just as I said before, the link for this tier ranking list is provided down in the description. So go forward, do your tier ranking if you've read the series already, or if you're interested in doing the tier ranking, and try to share this kind of screenshot with me on my Instagram DMs or my email or any other way you can contact me. So yeah, that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did enjoy watching it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends. And if you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.